every day of the finest ingredients in health. Now I have a swell surprise. Made fresh every day.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? This your boy KC for Air Wrestling Takes. I apologize. I was supposed to do the reviews yesterday, but I just was tired as heck. I tried my best to even watch NXT, but I fell asleep during the main event. But this is the AEW review. Before we do get ready to talk about the show, I just want to give a shout out to my two brothers. I was on their show yesterday, the Cleveland Me Show. It's an excellent podcast. You should get it. I believe it's on Apple and it's on Spotify. Yep, they got it right here in a tweet that they put out. So you got Spotify, you got Apple Podcasts. You can pick it up. So Cleveland, right here. You can follow him on Twitter. And then my man Joey Nips, which is Joe Arillo. Follow both of them. They some cool cats. If you like wrestling, talk to them. They real good. And they right out here in the shot too, like where I am. So anyway, let's go ahead and let's review this show. This was the New Year's Smash review 2021. Like I said, AEW, you already know they had their tribute show, so they kind of postponed this show because this show was supposed to be on last week, but due to the passing of Brody Lee, last week's episode was dedicated to Brody Lee, but now this week everything's back to business. So this was a great episode. The show kind of started off slow. Y'all know how I feel. I do not like a million-man tag team matches. My main focus was I just want to get a good look at the Acclaim because everybody else is established in this match. You got, let's see, where we at? You got the Hybrid 2, the Acclaim versus the Young Bucks and SCU. Now, SCU and them was running around saying that if they keep losing or if they lose one more time, they will no longer be a tag team. That's Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels. Well, they was with the Young Bucks, so obviously you knew they was going to win this match. But my main focus was I was looking at the Acclaim now, which consists of Anthony Bowen and Max Calisto, Max Caster, that's his name, Max Caster. The rhymes that they did was pretty solid. Like I said, I'm not all the way in on the Acclaim yet, but like I say, the characters wise, wannabe John Cena's, if that's what you want to call them. It's coming, you know, but they could use some work. They could still use some work. But like I said, overall, y'all know I hate 8-man tag team matches. I don't like where there's a million clowns in one match because you can't focus on the cats that you want to focus on. You want to focus on them to see how good are they, how much better they improved in the ring. And you really can't tell because they got so many fools in the ring, you know. But you should have already knew Young Bucks and them was going to get the victory. That's exactly what happened. So let's keep. Oh, and after the match, Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian hopped on the mic. They told the Young Bucks, we always going to be homies. We always going to have your back. That's unless we challenging for those titles. And let's just say we ain't wore golden around our waist since the very first episode or the very first time when they presented the titles. So they already made the challenge. We don't know when that time's going to be. Maybe they're going to try to push this thing out all the way to Revolution. But what went down with the Young Bucks after the show is what we all want to discuss. So we move on. let's go. Commercial break. So after the break, we get Moxley coming out there talking about what he gonna do. Talking about he's been away for a long time. Now listen, I understand how you had to sell the injury, but I think Moxley was off TV way too long. Way too long. You know. So now the man's talking right here. Pretty much like I said, he said what he had to say. Came out there talking that junk, saying, look here, woo woo this, woo woo that. I'm like, bro, you ain't been on TV in so forever. Like, where the heck is you at? You know what I mean? But the man is back. He already said Kenny Omega's gonna get his, and it's gonna be when they least expect it. So Ray Phoenix is going up for the title. He said, I hope Ray Phoenix win, because if not, I'm trying to tell you, I'm gonna be coming out the moment you're not even thinking about. So decent promo for the man. So it is what it is. So backstage, we got Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy, and they talking with I think they was talking with Alex. Well, was it Alex or was somebody else? Man, I'm trying to remember. I'm just gonna read it. It says backstage, Chuck Taylor reveals that Trent has a torn pec, and that means that he will be out for 4 or 5 months. Then after the woodwork, Miro and Kip Sabian walk up, and they start talking Chuck, and they started clowning the man, talking about, yeah, your homeboy, the leader of your little group's not gonna be around. So what you gonna do about it? And then Chuck said, man, listen, if I wasn't preoccupied with this, I would kick your butt right now. And then Miro said, yeah, you're going to kick my butt. I'm going to kick your little goofy butt. And check this out. If I beat you, I'm going to make you a young boy. Now, I never knew what a young boy was, because anytime when somebody say young boy, you literally think this person is a young male. That's not what he meant. Young boy out in Japanese culture means that he's going to make him his servant. So obviously, and he's going to be his servant all the way until Kip and them get married, which won't be until February 27th, which is, or was it February 7th? All I know is in February. That's all I know. So after that, we get to this anticipated match. Now listen, y'all, I'm not the biggest Jake Hager fan, and when it comes to in-ring talent, in-ring work, I'm liking what he's doing with the Inner Circle. He's an excellent bodyguard, but here's the second bodyguard. We got my man Wardlow. Y'all, Warlow is becoming a star right before I'm starting to turn into a Warlow fan, left and right. I didn't know what to expect when he first showed up, being MJF's muscle. First of all, this young man can talk. I'm like, man, he's getting great on the mic. I said, man, Warlow man, he's really impressed me over the years. Well, over the years. He's only been in company for, I mean, sometimes I'll be tripping with what I be saying, so forgive me. But I'm just saying, sometimes I just be going off. But anyway, my man Warlord started coming into himself, and this match, him and Jake, I don't give a crap about Jake, but I'm trying to tell you right now, Warlord is a star in the making. That was a great match between the two of them, and with Chris Jericho on commentary acting a complete fool, talking about, this is what we're talking about, two guys duke it out, let them know that they got each other's back. Meanwhile, the rest of the Inner Circle was just standing right in the middle of the entrance, just standing there all looking goofy. You had Proud and Powerful, Santana Ortiz right there, MJF and Sammy, just looking extremely silly, like they was observing. They had the hands in their pockets, just observing they two brethren fighting one another. See, let me tell you something. What's going on with the Inner Circle? I'm telling you, it's going to be a power struggle. It's going to be a power struggle in the Inner Circle. This is where we're leading. I don't know if I guess it's going to carry all the way over to Revolution, but like I said, overall, it was a decent match. Pretty good. Like I said, I liked everything, you know what I'm saying? But so then we go to commercial break. Then after we come back, Hager is going, they going at it like, oh man, because he was mad he lost the match. And then they all got in the ring like, hey man, duke it out, hug it out, give him a handshake, all that stuff. So, it is what it is, man. So I'm telling you, there's some things about to go down. So next thing you know, we got Private Party in the back talking about, man, did you bring the juice for the gin or something? Next thing you know, Snoop Dogg goofy behind walks up with the just said, man, look at this. I said, you got Snoop and segments on AEW. Let me tell you something, man. I was expecting Snoop to be on commentary. I did not expect them to go this route where they had Snoop clowning all night. I would expect him to clown on commentary. I think this was a missed opportunity for AEW. I missed it. Like, you easily could have had everybody like switching the channel, and I know what was going on yesterday. Yesterday was a very sad time in our nation's capital. Look, I'm not going to get political about all that foolishness that went down because that's what exactly what it was. And I got my own take on the whole situation. But like I said, I'm not going to talk about that right here. But I guarantee you, if they would have had Snoop Dogg possibly on commentary for most of the night, we probably would have had a whole lot of more people able to tune in. But like I said, this is one of the biggest issues when it comes to wrestling companies. They miss out on certain situations when it's evolving around us. You could, yeah, I know they was trying things, but I think it was a huge miss without having Snoop Dogg on commentary. They should have had that man on commentary, but that's my personal opinion. So anyway, Matt was out here telling Private Party that they got a contract signed and he got it. I really couldn't pay no attention because I was too bad. I really wasn't paying Matt attention. I was looking at Snoop standing there observing, seeing what's going on. I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know if Matt finna turn on them or they gonna turn on Matt. I have no idea what's going on. But obviously he had them sign a contract or some kind of crazy stuff. It was very silly. I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. I don't get it. But we'll find out as time moves on, because I really didn't know. But the only thing I actually liked that they had Snoop Dogg in the segment. It was real silly. It was real goofy. But overall, like I said, it is what it is, man. So next thing you know, we got Darby Allin and Team Taz out there for the weigh-in, because next week in the main event is Darby Allin versus Brian Cage for the TNT Championship. Now, as y'all know, the old TNT belt has been retired because of Brody Lee, so they gave it over to -1. Well, they decided to do the brand new belt for Darby, and it matches Darby. It's a red outlining, but all black. You know what, man? Personally, I think it's okay. I think I like the old design, but I don't have a problem with it. Like I said, they trying something different, and obviously this title matches Darby, so this fits his character. So that's kudos to Tony and them for coming up with a real quick design, real fast. Salute to them on that. So obviously they was out there talking smack, talking all this mess, and then Darby Allin decided, let me get on the mic, let me hop in here talk about this match has been made more than 20 years in the making and all this stuff. I'm gonna beat your butt and all this, you know. Was it a decent promo? It was all right. But I know they trying new things with him. Cause the man don't never talk. He'll never say nothing. So Taz, he started getting on him, started, throwing bows. Then next thing you know, Sting come out the woodwork. So it's like, man, what are they doing with Sting? Honestly, I don't know. I know Sting is there to be his manager from what I'm told. But all my man Sting is doing is just coming out, standing there, looking goofy, and then boom, we move on. Like, that's basically what's going on. So next week in the main event, I got a feeling I got a feeling Sting is gonna get his hands dirty in this match next week. Don't know what to expect, but just tune in. That's all I gotta say. So backstage, we got Jake Hager going out. I mean, he just mad. He's mad that he lost. He is mad. He's upset. He's furious. And everybody else in the inner circle, like, man, we got to get that boy to calm down. Like, yo, man, MJF, go calm it down. Joe, calm it down. MJF said, fellas, I got it. I got it. He walked up in there and said, look, man, I know you ticked off. I know you mad. But listen, we brothers now, man. Calm down, bro. I know, he said, I know you're great. See, MJF, he's very slick with what he says. He said, you're an awesome MMA fighter. In other words, you never lost in MMA, but even though you be losing the wrestling all the time. Now, check this out. Jake Hager was like, he just stopped. He said, you know what, man? You almost got knocked out. You know that, right? But you know what? You're an awesome teammate. You're an awesome head dude. And I like you, man. And I appreciate it, man. You're the man. I was like, wait a minute, what? It was like just like that. He calmed him down like that. He got him to like quit tripping. I said, man, it was just goofy. It was silly as heck, but this just shows me that it's about to be some serious power struggle in the inner circle as we move forward. So they decided to on what's it called, AEW Dark. They are very serious about getting Megadeth One in the ring. They already got him in the ring. They had the young man out there cutting a promo on Marco Stunt on Dark. Did they need to show this? You know what? Because it's right now. Yeah, I wasn't thinking that they was actually gonna show it on the show, but they decided to put it on the show to let you know that Brady Lee is about to, like, we're gonna make this dude work for his contract, even though we're taking care of him and his family. We're gonna make him work, and they already getting him familiar with how to use the mic, and he sound he sound like a kid trying to cut a promo. That's all I'm saying about that. And the fact that Marco Stunt is basically the same size, even though Marco Stunt a grown man, but he's the same size. So, and they literally had Cody and all of them come out to try to hold them. They look so goofy, man. But I know what they doing. You know, they want to get the man's hands wet and all this. And it is what it is, man. But like I said, I'm glad the young man is having fun, because at the end of the day, you know, they're doing everything in their power to help this young man, his brother and his mom, due to the loss of their father or his dad. And they doing everything they can to help him, you know, because obviously this young man loves business. And I believe when the young man becomes of age, I think this young man is going to be great. I think he's going to be just as good as his father. I'm serious. I'm not playing with you, man. I'm glad that they are giving this young man a shot, and it's pretty dope. So next thing you know, Marco Stunt was on the mic. Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy, what's the other dude name? Luchasaurus. And next thing you know, FTR walk up. He said, "Man, listen, bro." He said, This is what he said. He said he walked up. Dax tells him, "Hey, man, you're useless. He needs to shut up." Cash says Brody Jr. was right. Marco is the loser. And Marco says, "No, check this out. It was supposed to be Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. But Marco said, hey, man, let me take your spot. Let me fight FTR next week." So we're going to get Marco Stunt and Jungle Boy versus FTR. Now, check this out, y'all. Tony Khan just brought the rights to the old school rock and roll pop sensation group Baltimore. Now, I know a lot of y'all probably remember the movie The Teenage Nazi. That's when I first heard the song. The song actually came out in 1985. But I first heard the song back in the third Turtles film. Now, I didn't see the third Turtles film when it came out in '93, but I seen the VHS tape, which I want to say I seen the VHS tape like years later. So I want to say I probably discovered that song like 1998, 1999 or something like that. And I remember hearing that track, that song, which is it's called Tarzan Boy by Baltimore. Y'all, that's one of my jams, man. Like I said, if you talk to one of my aces, man, that is my jam. I play the mess out that song, man. So it's pretty dope that that man got that as his new theme song. Salute to Tony Khan on that. All right, so back to business. So we got Cody Rhodes versus Matt Sydal. This was, and with Cody Rhodes bringing Snoop Dogg out in his corner. I thought Snoop Dogg was going to be on commentary. The way how AEW was hyping this up, they made you think Snoop was going to be on commentary. So think about this. We was going to get Snoop and Chris Jericho on commentary acting a complete fool. Man, that was a huge mess. I don't know what the heck was wrong with AEW, man. Like, come on, y'all. You could have easily had Snoop Dogg on commentary with Chris Jericho dissecting this match. Snoop saying silly stuff, Jericho saying silly stuff. It would have been a huge smash. But AEW said, no, we're going to put Snoop Dogg in his corner, standing out there looking like a fool, observing. Snoop looked goofy as possible, man. I said, this dude looks silly as heck. The match was okay. It was a decent match. Like I said, obviously this match was, can we get more of Matt Sydal? Now, if you ain't never seen Evan Bourne from the WWE days, you know this man can go. Listen, Matt is trying to overcome that jiff that happened to him back at, was it Double or Nothing? Or was it All Out? All Out, when he made his debut. When he made his debut at All Out and it became that jiff, that man has really been trying to outlive that. That's basically what he's been trying to do. This was a solid match. After the match is what I'm about to go in on. Okay, so after the match, you had Luther and Serpentico, whatever his name is. Now somehow they got into the mix. I had my head down for a sec, and then I looked up and I said, okay, what they doing in the ring? Well, here goes Snoop. Snoop standing around like, what? Huh? Man, they had this fool literally get up in the ring, try to do something. That man literally tried to do a frog splash. I said, Snoop, you don't sit your old behind down somewhere. This fool look goofy as possible. Man, I seen that mess. I was like, that one tonight. I said, hey, this is just goofy. I said, hey, I'm telling you, man, just silly. I was just plain goofy. But the one thing is, Snoop Dogg loves this business, and he's going to promote the mess out of it. So I wouldn't be surprised if you will be seeing Snoop Dogg a whole lot more often. And also, too, you know, him and Cody Rhodes is on their new show that actually is about to come on today, if I'm not mistaken. It's called The Big Show, The Go Big Show, or whatever it's called. It's on TBS. Well, that's one of the major reasons why Snoop Dogg was on there. Because, like I said, they together. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is, man. So, next, we get to the women's match. Now, this was a downer for me. And it's got nothing to do with Cheetah. It's got with everything to do with who she went against. There's a lot of people in the community that is trying their best to root this woman on. And let me tell you something. I root hard for the AEW women's division. I want Tony and them to put more forth and effort in pushing the women like crazy. I don't want the men to just be dominating the show, man. What's an excellent wrestling show when you got everybody doing great? You got the men doing great. You got the women doing great. And then not just that, you got everybody, regardless of what skin tone they got, doing great. Okay, you understand what I'm saying when I say that? This match was hot garbage. I tried my best. I was looking at this match. I was watching. I was like, yo, what is it that, what is with this woman? I don't know. It's the zombie gimmick. I don't know. I was trying to get into it, man. I'm looking at this. I'm looking and I'm like, okay, what is she bringing to the table, man? Like, what honestly, what does this girl bring? Like the fact that she bites people in the neck and all this, and she rips them under the ring, and I'm like, man, what does she do? I was like, man, I was like, yo, I'm trying to see it, and I'm like, man, I don't see it, man. I just don't. I think there's potential there. I don't know. Maybe she might have to just come up with something totally different. But honestly, like I say, and you already know she won. First of all, for people who literally thought a Bandana was going to win the title, you crazy as the Betsy Bug. You asking for the AEW Women's Division to die. If they would have did that, that would have been a very dumb decision by putting the title on a Bandana. I know the fact that they made it out that she did what she had to do. She didn't have to make the girl look uh, credible all the time leading up to the match. The fact that she was playing like she was scared of her and everything and all this. And I was like, man, I don't know. It's like I see it, but I don't see it. Now, for people who are fans that listen to me, that actually like this girl, you tell me in the comment section when this video is done why you like her and what you think they should do with her. Me, I think she should go back to the drawing board. And she want to keep the zombie gimmick. I guess there's certain ways that you can do it. But again, when it comes to the women, a lot of the girls, and they got to get better in the ring. Maybe that's probably another reason too. Because what I was looking at, I was like, I don't get it. I don't get a gimmick. I don't get what she's doing in the ring. I was like, yo, come on, Tony. Like, come on, everybody else who's supposed to be booking the women. Like, what's going on? So, but it's like I say, as of right now, since the band down is done, I'm ready for them to start pushing a mess out of Sheeta versus Britt, because we know that's coming. Britt Baker is starting to turn into one of the best parts of the women's division. I'm serious. Like, at first, I ain't caring nothing about Britt. I didn't. You know, I was hoping for the best for her and everything, but then when she turned around, became a heel, and then I was like, I still wasn't on board yet. I was like, I don't know. This woman has come into her own. I don't even watch the segments that they be having on AEW Dark. It's called the Doctor Room or something. Listen, I'm butchering like a mother. The waiting room. From what I'm told, those segments actually are pretty dope. For everybody who watches Dark like that, I don't watch Dark like that, but everybody say that those segments are pretty dope. And now I want to see Sheeta versus Britt, because personally, that was Britt Baker's best match. When she got her nose broke and everything, and she was bleeding all over the place, that was her best match. Her and Sheeta tore the house down. So I guarantee that whenever these two fight, and I hope it's that Revolution, that they tear the house down again. And now we got Britt with the title. Now she can have this waiting room segments. And like I said, she can go on the tear. And now it's time to start building up a new baby face. So when the time comes, she can drop the title to her or whoever that is. But like I said, it's time for Tony to, I'm serious. This is 2021. Y'all been in business for a whole year now. A little bit over a year. It's time to get the women's division up to par. I'm serious. It really is. Because what I saw in NXT, best thing I saw at New Year's Eve or whatever it's called, was a women's match. I'm serious. And to me, that whole show really was low for me. Like I said, everything I saw on that show, like I said, I really wasn't feeling nothing outside the women's match. The women's match was great. But like I said, when it comes to AEW women's division, they got to get that stuff up. They got to get it up to par. Like I say, this is one of the downfalls for me on this episode. One of them. So we move on. Then they cut to a promo. We got Ty Conte chilling with the rest of the Dark Order. And she pretty much said that she can't wait to beat the brakes off of Serena Deeb and take the NWA Women's Champion off of her. And Anna Jay say the Dark Order will be in her corner. So we already know that ain't happening. We know Serena gonna win. So possibly, and I hope that this match is better than what we seen yesterday. That's all I'm hoping for. But once again, it's another title from another company. You see what I'm saying? You put more emphasis on another company's title than you are your own title. You know, your own champion. You know what I mean? All right, so we get to the main event. Kenny Omega the Cleaner with Don Callis versus Maxa King, a.k.a. Ray Phoenix. People, let me tell you something. This match right here, listen, AEW does this. They do this where every now and then, when it comes to the main event, they're going to give you a classic. They do it. Ray Phoenix and Kenny tore each other up. I'm serious. They made you think Kenny was going to lose this match. I'm serious. Even though I knew dang well he wasn't. But Ray Phoenix was tearing that boy up. Ray was tearing him up. Kenny was out there getting frustrated like a mug. Like, man, I'm doing everything in my power to try to take this boy out. I can't take this dude out for nothing. I'll say, man, what's going on, man? They tore each other up. I loved everything that was going on in this match. Man, like, I mean, what more can you ask for? See, this is what I'm talking about. I say, if we can get this out of the men's, it's time to get this out of the women's. I'm serious. I am serious, man. I'm serious. I want to see it. I'm telling you. Like I say, I don't look at, man. Y'all know I'm AEW through and through. But when they doing stupid stuff or when they presenting crap that don't make no sense, I'm going to take a dump on it. And I'm serious. But right here, this was 4 or 5 star, whatever you want to call it. It was a great main event. It was a great main event. So now we get to the end. We get to the end of this match. After the match was done, this is when all the stuff started to pop off. Now, listen, I didn't watch New Japan Wrestling, so the only thing I knew about the Bullet Club was pictures. I've seen little video packs. I ain't know nothing about no Bullet Club, man. Well, as they out there, Don Callis, Kenny Omega trying to celebrate. Who come out the woodwork? John Moxley comes out the woodwork, tries to take that man out. But it ain't enough. Because who come out the woodwork right after him? You know Kenny Omega been hopping back and forth from Impact, right? The Good Brothers made their AEW television debut. And they started beating the brakes off of Moxley. They started tearing that man up. And so Young Bucks came out there like they was finna do something. Because they came out there like they was finna, they finna help somebody out. And then you had the Varsity Boys, Griff Garrison and Brian Pillman Jr. They tried to do something, but that wasn't enough. And so you thinking the Young Bucks like, man, like, it's because they tight with them. All of them is homies. Because every single one of these cats was in the Bullet Club when they was over in New Japan Wrestling. Young Bucks super kicked the the Varsity Boys, and then they all do the little go to minis sign. Yeah, y'all know what that is. They did the horn rock on. They did it, but they put their hands together and all that stuff. And so I guess we got our own version of the Bullet Club over here in AEW. And listen, I never seen the Bullet Club. I don't know nothing. Like I said, I don't know really that much about the Bullet Club. All I know is they was a group in New Japan Wrestling. They was deep. Cody was in the group. AJ Styles was in the group. I even think Adam Cole was in the group. They was deep. So all these clowns is in this group. It was deep. It was a whole bunch of these fools. They was deep in the Bullet Club. Well, now you got the AEW version of the Bullet Club being formed, started Kenny Omega, the Good Brothers, which is Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, and the Young Bucks, Nick Jackson with Don Callis. I'm telling you, I call him Kenny Thanos for a reason. Kenny Thanos is about to go on a tear right now. Now that he got his crew members backing him up, I don't know what the clown is in store. So I gotta go and I gotta watch Impact from this week, see what the heck happened on Impact, because obviously what happened on Impact is probably a result of what took place on here. But that tells me right, I need to know. Moxley about to show up on Impact next week, and it's an Impact pay-per-view this Saturday, which I will be reviewing. But overall, this was a solid show. Like I said, I told you the stuff that I didn't like, stuff that I like. I appreciate it because the AEW, they're gonna keep you interested. They're gonna make sure that even though we had some downers, we're gonna make sure that you tune in. But I want this to be all around. They still got to work on the timing because I hate picture in picture. I hate picture in picture. I'm serious, y'all. I can't stand picture in picture. I don't like picture in picture at all. I tried it. Like I say, every time picture in picture happen, it's like I'm getting invested in the match, and then picture in picture happen. I said, oh. So, like I say, that's my AEW Dynamite New Year's Bash Part 1 episode. We'll be back for Part 2 next week. So y'all know what to do. Hit the comments up, get the comment section up, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Like y'all already know, man. I'm gone.